Okay, let's talk about this, the Tidradio Bluetooth dongle for any Kenwood type connector in any handheld radio, which includes all the Bofeng radios, Quenshin, etc. So the advantage to using this is that it's a Bluetooth module that'll plug right into the side of the radio, and you can use Odmaster directly connected to this without having to worry about cables and all that stuff. You've got to have the Bluetooth connection to make this work correctly. Now, why not use chirp? I don't use chirp for these because I would have to input the frequencies and the offsets and all that information manually into chirp and then run the risk of screwing it up, which inevitably I do. This is going to take all that away. This is going to allow me to automatically program and make a backup file of my program in case I need to reset my radio. There will be a backup file I can program from without having to go through it all over again. This is a brand new Bofeng UV17R. It just got the screen cover taken off. It's brand new, hasn't been programmed at all. So here's what we're going to do in order. I start with the Odmaster app. So I'm going to open that up, and it is going to make you create an account in order to use the repeater guide, the repeater manual search. Now, that's kind of why you want to do this, which is why you'll want to create an account, because you're going to want that repeater listing. All right, connect Bluetooth. So I need to connect this phone to this device. I'm going to tap the button on the top of the device, click connect, and it comes up as kit, and that's what I'm looking for, kit. So I'm going to approve that, and then it's going to take me into the programming menu. Now, when I go into the programming menu, oh, sorry, I've got to select model, Bofeng, and I'm going to select 17 Pro. There's no 17R, which is what this is. 17 Pro works. All right, so I've selected my radio model, and now at this point I would read from the radio to get anything out of here into the app, but there's nothing in the radio, so I'm just going to skip that part and go to Program and Settings. And then we've got this channel list. So to select channels, you basically just click at the top here, and when you use the drop down, it's going to just put you into this menu in the channel that you selected. So if I say I want to go to channel 6, program channel 6, it's going to look the same. It was confusing at first to me. I didn't realize what was going on. This is your channel bar. Now I don't need that, because what I'm going to do is go down here to repeater list, and it's going to give me a list of all the repeaters in my area based on their proximity. So the closest one is 0.37 miles away. What is a little bit confusing about this is sometimes there's multiple entries. For this particular repeater, you can see that it's listed twice. There's the one up here, and then it's duplicated down here. And what you're looking for when you do this, when you select your repeater, make sure it says FM next to it rather than a person icon, because this is the actual file that your radio will accept. I don't know why it creates two files for everything, but you want the one that says whether it's FM or whatever. And in this case, it's always going to be FM. To import this, I'm going to select a channel. I'm going to say I want that to be my channel 1, and I hit confirm, and I'm just going to check off the star so that it remembers that I imported that. I'll go to the next one. The next one down would be the same repeater site, but this would be on 2 meters. I want to make that channel 2, so I select channel 2, and I'm going to put the star on there, and we're going to leave it at that. So I'm going to import these. So now it has stored those, and I can save this file. It's just going to give me save to the RxTX list, confirm, saved. Now I can write it. Now, before I do that, I want to make sure that I've plugged in the Bluetooth device after the radio is turned on, and I'm going to hit write. Now I want to see that it's starting to write data to my radio here, and that's what I want to see. I want to see that that data is moving, the light's blinking. And we're waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting. Now the radio is going to reset. I'm going to hit confirm. Radio is going to reset. We don't need the dongle anymore. And there we go. There's my 2 repeater frequency channels. They both say W3XP. And the reason is it's the same repeater site, but one is 2 meters and one is 70 centimeters. I can fix this if I go back down here in my app and say, well, look, channel 1, I want that to be W3XP, and I could make that W3XP2M. Change that, and we'll say 2 meters, 2M. And I can save that, get out of here, and I could go to channel 2, and I could say that it's W3XP 70 centimeters, so I'll put a 70 in there, and I can save that. And we'll save it to that list once again. And I can put this back on the radio and say, well, how do I tell which channel that I'm looking at? Well, one's going to be called 70 and one's going to be called 2. So I'm going to hit confirm, which is going to make me do 1,000,000 times for some reason. I'm going to write this to the radio once again. So it's writing. It's actually going pretty good. Sometimes it's glitchy. Doesn't cooperate, but today it's behaving. And we wait, and we wait, and we wait, and we wait. Button's still blinking. The light's still blinking. That means it's not done. Hit confirm. It might ask you to confirm several times. Take the dongle out, and there we go. It now says that I'm on 2 meters and 70 centimeters is what's selected. So that easy. That easy. I can put as many repeaters as I want in here that quickly, rename them if necessary, and all of the offsets are done because it's drawing from repeater book. So that's how this works, and this for me replaces chirp altogether, which is frustrating for a lot of reasons. Chirp doesn't always support your radio and so forth, but Odmaster does accept most radios. As long as you keep it up to date, it's going to work. So we know this is a pretty new radio. This is a pretty new Bofung. It's one of the latest models, and this was set up and ready to go for it. No problem. So again, the Tidradio dongle, about $24 on Amazon. I bought this actually probably about a year ago now. Probably the best thing I've bought in a long time. It's rechargeable. You just put your phone charger in here. It's USB-C. It charges in about 10 minutes, and then the charge lasts for months, really. So there, Tidradio. I hope this was helpful. If you're not familiar with Tidradio, I've disconnected Bluetooth, by the way, so it told me. UV17R if you're interested. So I hope that's helpful for any of you that aren't familiar with the Odmaster and the Tidradio dongle. 7.3.